The WAFB Podcast Network is sponsored by Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Game Time with John Eads. Super happy to be with you. We got a very special guest today, Kenny Lacy, making the trip in from Thibodaux, fighting through that traffic to get here.
No doubt.
There's always some kind of commotion going on around here. It's very hard to get from one side of town to the other. So,
no doubt, we're going to make it work.
I appreciate you making the time and making the journey here. We're super happy to have you. If you're wondering, the last name Lacy, that sounds familiar, right? Any relation to another Lacy in town here? Yes, he's the father of Kyren Lacy, star LSU wide receiver, entering his 5th year of college football and hoping to take over and be that next guy for the Tigers in the passing game after Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors get drafted in the first round. So we got the season opener coming up against USC here on Sunday. So certainly excited to talk Tigers, and it's finally here, right? It was a long summer. It was a long spring. I know we were just talking about this for a minute. You know, Kyren was thinking about maybe going pro last year, decides to come back to school for another season, and you got to wait those months, right, for the season to start. But it's finally here. You guys excited?
Ready. We are ready. Excited. Super excited.
You kind of been following along all off season and keeping up and whatnot and just building that excitement level?
Just watching him grind, bro. His mind been focused. He's just been grinding. I've just been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is you kind of wait years for this.
No doubt
right?
about it.
When you first start playing football, you dream of that senior season in high school.
Right.
You dream, I guess you used to really dream about the senior season of college, but maybe not so much anymore because some guys are done in 2 or 3 years. I know Kyren's kind of bided his time, you know, at UL and now at LSU, but this is, you're hoping, the big year. Right?
No doubt about it. He's been working hard for it. I think just the experience that he's had over the years, the relationships that he's got with some guys who are on that level, I think he's setting prime to have a good year.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, watching him in practice, seeing the things that he's done, I'm sure you've seen and read a lot of things as well. It's really all positives from what I can tell. So it seems like he is poised for that big season. You guys have any plans for the game on Sunday?
No really plans. I'm just ready to go sit down and just watch it, man, because like you said, it's been a long time. I'm just excited to just sit down and watch my son do what he loves to do.
Yeah.
So it's no plans other than, my only thing about it, Vegas right now, I got the same mentality they do. It's all business. I'm going up there for a business trip, man.
It's almost like you're one of the players too.
No doubt,
you put the helmet on, all that stuff.
When he puts his helmet on, it's like I'm there with him.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's cool. It's cool. You kind of live through him vicariously.
No doubt.
You know? Are you guys going to the game?
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
When are you leaving?
We actually going to leave Saturday morning.
Okay.
Saturday morning and get there, spend some time Saturday, and we're going to go to the game Sunday, and I got to be back. So we're going to leave after the game Sunday night.
Wow, that's going to be a busy 2 days right there.
Doubt,
you got to work Monday or something?
Yep.
Labor Day, but not a day off for everybody, I guess.
No. I deal with kids, so I train kids. So I'm going to try to get back as soon as I could, but like you said, there's no days off.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be interesting right there. That's what, a 3 or 4 hour flight, maybe a little bit longer than that.
Longer than that.
Vegas? You flying out of BTR?
Then we got a layover, so it's going. That's why I said I'm trying to get back with the flight that we had. That was the only option that we had with the timing. So it's gonna be rough, but you know, I'm do what you got to do, man. I love it.
You're gonna be riding the adrenaline, though.
Man,
I mean,
no
excited
doubt.
for the game on the way there,
doubt.
right? And then coming back, you hope things go well out there. You got the W.
We know things.
Yeah, there you go.
We
You
know
can
things
say that.
gonna
I'll let you say that.
Yes,
yeah,
right.
And you know, you won't be tired if/when they get that win. You know, so you'll be all right. So the game is it's a night game on Sunday, right?
It's a night game here, but it's really day over there.
Yeah, okay. So what time's your flight back that night, I guess?
I want to say like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that.
Geez. Man, whoever's paying you to, you know, coach their kids, train their kids, they should give you a little extra. I mean, that's real dedication right there, man.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
That's
like
true.
I said, we're going up there for a business trip. I'm not going up there to gamble. We're going to Vegas. I'm not going to gamble. I'm going to see my son do what he does, and I'm coming back.
Well, it's funny because we're doing our special preview show that Joe and the rest of our creative team have been working on Thursday at 6:30. and it's called High Stakes. And I know there's kind of a play on words there with Vegas and casino. It is a high-stakes game, though. I mean, we're going to get more into this, but, I mean, this just has the feel of, I know it's just the first game of the season, but considering how things went against Florida State the last 2 years, you've seen it.
No doubt.
I mean, there's a lot riding on this.
Yes, every time that you got a game like that, the first game, man, that has a lot to do with the rest of your season, how that first game goes. A lot of these teams take those cupcake games just to kind of get in the groove, man. You have to be in the groove already when you take these type of games. But it only prepares them for the next level and just always be ready.
That's right.
So but when you play a SEC schedule, you don't want cupcakes because day in and day out, man, every game in the SEC is tough. Yeah. So why take a cupcake to start off? Let's go get a big win early, and that's going to help us in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen it yet under Brian Kelly. We haven't seen it since 2019, but maybe this is the year. You jump off the diving board and you're flying high after game one. So we'll get back into that. We'll put a pin in that for now. I want to get into, because, I mean, you've seen Kyren grow up, right? He's 23 years old. You've seen all those 23 years. Take us inside the childhood house. What was a young Kyren like?
Kyren was always a ball of energy, man. Like, a lot of times the energy that he has, it got him in trouble in school because he didn't some people didn't understand his energy because he was always, the way you see when he gets a touchdown and he's dancing, that's his personality. He's been like that. He would come in the classroom for no reason or in the hall room at school dancing just like that. That's just his personality. So to see him be able to express himself and have fun and do the thing that he loves, man, it's a dream come true.
So he's always been like that?
He's always been like that, man. Kyren is he's always been a clown. He's going to make you laugh, But that comes from my side of the family. My mom was silly. Like, she felt it was her job to make somebody laugh. If she felt she made somebody laugh, she felt like she did something good. So her plus his mom's side, all of his aunts, his mom, all of them are silly. So, like, all of them are like comedians. So he just has that in him. So just to see him out there and be able to express that the way that he can now, it's a good thing to see.
That's fascinating.
Yep.
Because he just seems like he's got good energy all the time.
Man, he is a clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Yeah, which can get you into trouble sometimes.
Right.
You might get a flag for celebrating too much.
But that's one thing that he has learned to do. Over the years. He's learned to maintain his energy a lot better now.
Okay, good. I feel like he toes the line pretty well.
Right.
I don't think they throw flags out very easily at Tiger Stadium. They let you hit a little bit of a jig, and it's all right, guys, get back to the side.
As long as you don't go too far.
Right. Which last year I don't think they did, but you'd see the videos of them, doing the dances and all the good stuff. He's a great dancer. I mean, what goes through your head when you see him score a touchdown and he's hitting it?
A lot of times, like, when it happens, I'm probably up dancing too, so I don't see when he does it. To tell you the truth, man, the energy that he has, man, that's I feel it too.
Yeah.
So when he's out there dancing, I'm up, probably dancing or hollering or screaming or something, just energy, man. That's just us.
He teach you a few moves?
Nah, I taught him a couple.
Oh, okay. Which ones? The ones we often see?
Nah, I'm just playing, but he's always been a good dancer since he's been young. It's just something that's in him, and he's never been afraid of a crowd. It could have a crowd of people, and he's going to dance, and just something about him. He been had that. He's just been at it.
It's kind of silly, but it translates to football because you're kind of putting on a performance every time you go on the field at Tiger Stadium, wherever you're playing a football game, and you can't be scared of the spotlight. You can't be scared of 100,000 or so people staring at you, watching your every move, right? But it seems like that he's got that confidence and that aura, if you will, that doesn't really faze him,
And I don't want to jump off subject, but I saw that he had that first game at UL when they played against Texas. That move that he made when he made that spin move and when got the touchdown in front of all those people, that let me know, like, he can do this. He can do this. I got that picture at home.
Yeah? I'm going to need you to send me that. We're going to have to throw that in there.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it just seems like, I mean, that's what LSU fans are hoping this year, kind of on that topic, is that he is ready for that role.
Right.
You know, Brian and Malik are gone. I want to get into that in a second. But a lot of fans are hoping that he's that next alpha dog in the wide receiver room. So hearing things like that he's not scared of the attention, he's not scared of any kind of situation is good. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah, no doubt.
And did you see some of those kind of flashes at a young age too? You mentioned the spin move touchdown against Texas. Any plays, any moments growing up where you were like, wow, you know, he's something special?
And when he was playing youth ball, he never played wide receiver.
Okay.
He always played either running back or maybe sometimes quarterback, but most of the time he played running back. But what sticks out to me was when he was in high school, like when he started making plays and he had his quarterback that he had a good chemistry with, Luke Alamo. They had a real good chemistry. And just some of the catches that he used to make in high school and the runs after the catch, that really, because before then, I looked at him as a basketball player.
Right.
But then when I started seeing those athletic catches and the runs after catch, I'm like, this what he's supposed to be doing. He could be special doing this.
I think basketball may have helped with that, though.
No doubt about it.
So much of it is running between the hoops, right?
No doubt. If you can dribble a basketball and make moves and dribble between your legs and behind your back and have to shoot the ball in that little bitty hoop, now all you telling me I got to do is go run a route and catch it.
Yeah.
That's a little bit easier than, you know. I'm not saying that it's easy, you know, but
it translates well.
It translates well.
Yeah. That's why coaches like to recruit multi-sport athletes,
no doubt.
Right? Guys that played a couple different sports. And he was a really good high school basketball player. What did he average, like 20 points a game or something like that?
20, right? 20 and 8 or something like that rebounds. He did good.
So he could have probably played in college, you know, if he wanted to pursue that direction.
If he would have took basketball serious like he started taking football with the training and stuff, he could have easily played D1 basketball.
Well, there's a lot of guys that played basketball that were also very good at receiver. Brian Thomas Jr.
They played against each other.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that, So Thibodeau and Walker at some point, playoffs maybe or something like that? Or
Thibodeau beat him in the state championship.
What year was that?
19.
Okay.
19 or 20.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That was the year. We gonna get into it, but that was the year we kind of had some. Kyren kind of had a downtime. Right?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can dig up those highlights. I'd imagine that we were at that game because we covered Walker, and
y'all got him. I'm pretty sure y'all do.
Okay, you've seen him. Okay, we're gonna dig him out of the archives then. It was
Yeah.
Kyren and the Thibodeau guys against Brian and Walker.
And Jalen Cook, right?
Yeah,
Jalen Cook. Yeah.
Was he on Thibodeau or Walker?
No, he was on Walker.
He was on Walker. Okay.
And
he played at LSU this past year. Okay.
Correct.
How about that?
Yeah.
So Kyren and Brian go back a ways then, it seems.
Yep. They've been playing against each other. Yep.
In football and Little League.
But they didn't play football against each other.
Okay. Because I guess Brian played basketball at the time growing up.
Correct.
So, okay. That makes sense. Okay. And you played basketball yourself?
I was a basketball player.
Let's get into that. So the other day at practice, Kyren makes a catch in a one-on-one drill, right? And then he proceeds to windmill dunk through the field goal post, which was awesome. And it just goes back to what we were talking about before, his showman kind of traits.
And he wasn't even thinking about it. It just happened naturally.
He could do that in practice,
right?
He
didn't. It just went straight from the touchdown and just straight into it.
Yeah,
dude, crazy man.
Like they were in the backyard or something, playing and doing drills in the backyard. You told me though that was like your go-to, your favorite dunk when you played. Yeah,
no doubt.
So that must have been interesting to see,
If for people who don't know me, and that's why I don't tell a lot of people that. For people who don't know me, and back then when I played, we didn't have YouTube and the extra footage and stuff, so I don't have any videos of it. But I do have a couple pictures. But when I was playing, man, I could jump. I could jump, man. So like when I saw him do that, I kind of smiled because I'm like, man, that was my favorite dunk. When I did. People who knew me back then knew that was my favorite dunk. Okay. I was the windmill. I wasn't supposed to be up. I felt like I wasn't supposed to be up here. So every time I get up here, you gonna know I was up here. That's the way I felt.
You're a little bit shorter than me, and I can barely touch the rim. So the fact that you can do
5'6".
a windmill, that's kind of like Nate Robinson type stuff, right, man?
I wanted it though. That was just when I was back then, man. I was going to school, man, with strength shoes on, coming home, doing box jumps. When you want something, you go get it.
That's impressive, and I'm sure that you impressed that attitude and whatnot upon Kyren and
no doubt.
all the other kids. right? So he's the oldest of 7?
Correct.
Okay.
He has 3 siblings with me and 2 more siblings with his mom.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So he was a handful maybe at times to parents?
No doubt.
Yeah.
But like I said, me and his mom were young. We were young parents. We had him when we were 17. So we were very young, but we were fortunate to have very good families on both sides that helped. They helped tremendously. Like her sisters helped tremendously. My mom and dad helped tremendously with Kyren. So when we needed help, it was there. But that little dude was a handful. He always was into something, but everywhere he went, everybody loved him though.
That's good.
He always had that same energy that he has now since he was small. You know, I always tell him, you was the same, you got the same size head when you were that small. That's how I knew he was gonna be big. He had a big old head, man. That's crazy, man. I used to always tell him that. I'm like, boy, you got a grown man head, man, with that small body. You know, but small stuff, bro.
Then
small
the body
stuff.
caught up.
And I knew it was though. I mean, I didn't know it was gonna be that big, but.
Yeah, where does that come from? Somebody else in the family like big or?
His mom's side of the family.
Okay.
So he hit the lottery. So his mom's side of the family, like he has a cousin that's bigger and taller than him. Ahmad, his first cousin. They when they on side of each other, Ahmad's still a little taller than him. So he has it in his family on his mom's side. So he was lucky because he damn sure didn't get it from me. Excuse my language. He didn't get it from me.
Well, I guess he could have played slot, worst case scenario, or been the point guard or something like that.
It happened how it happened for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so goes to Thibodeau High School, balls out there on the hardwood and as a football player, and then he decides to go to UL. He had a pretty good list of offers, right? I think Miami was on there.
Right.
Some of the in-state schools, Houston.
That came late.
Miami came late?
Yeah, that came.
Gotcha.
Those started coming after Coach Napier came in.
Okay.
Yeah,
and he played for Coach Napier then, chose UL for a couple seasons, and he had instant success. I mean, he had a decent amount of catches his freshman year. You mentioned the touchdown against Texas, a handful of yards, like 300-some-odd yards. What was his career at UL like?
Exactly what he needed. Just needed somebody who believed in him, because at first he didn't think that, he didn't even know if he could do it. But those coaches at UL, they saw something in him that he didn't even see in himself. So when he got there and they did exactly what they said they was going to do for him, and he started, and he just continued to get better. He listened to the coaches, and that made him want to train harder. So I saw it. It's the positions that they put him in, and the relationship that him and Levi, the quarterback over there, the relationship that they got instantly, that helped his career tremendously, because he wouldn't be where he's at right now if it wasn't what he did over there.
Yeah, he really leapfrogged his career.
No doubt about it. He needed that. He needed that.
Yeah.
I don't think he would be where he is if he would have went straight to LSU, straight out of high school. He needed whatever Coach Napier and those coaches did for him there, he needed that.
What do you think they did do for him? Like, why do you think that he needed that 2-year preparation time, if you will?
Mental, he had to mature. They helped, like that silly stuff that we were talking about earlier, they helped him still be that person, but learn to maintain it. It still comes out of him every now and then, but they really helped him and showed him that you can be you, but you got to be us too at the same time. You got to be UL. So he learned how to be himself and be a part of a team, and learn to lead. Because if you look at all of those pictures from when he was there at UL, a lot of times when the team was coming out as a freshman or as a sophomore, he was one of the first ones coming out the tunnel. So just being a leader, they taught him a lot about that over there.
Impressive.
Coach Napier, I give, anytime anybody asks me anything about Coach, they can't tell me a bad thing about Coach Napier. I don't care what's happening at Florida now, but they can't tell me a bad thing about Coach Napier because he didn't have to give my son a chance.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fascinating. That's impressive, too, that he so quickly
He saw something that I don't know what he saw but they saw it. They saw it. They saw what everybody sees right now. They saw that then when he was in high school.
That's interesting. Yep. Now I guess Coach Kelly and the Tigers get to reap the benefits.
No
of
doubt
that.
about it.
You know, but Coach Napier did for a couple of years, and then of course he moves on to Florida after a successful stint in Lafayette there. So you feel like maybe Kyren, like Coach Napier maybe was thinking, had the tools, had what he needed to be that special guy, just maybe was under-recruited a little bit coming out of high school?
Like I said, I'm not going to even say under-recruited. He was just blessed to have a chance to go play. Yeah. Like I'm saying, you got to think, Kyren didn't get serious about football until his 11th grade year. That's when he really got serious about football. So just for him, when all those offers started coming in, he was just blessed and just happy that he had a chance to go anywhere and go play. Because 2 years prior, he wasn't even thinking about football. So to have those offers coming in, he was just blessed and just ready to go play.
Was he more focused on basketball before that? Or?
No doubt.
Gotcha.
Up until his 11th grade year, he was more focused on basketball.
Maybe before we transition to the LSU side of things, what made him want to switch to focus more on football?
He had a situation where, remember that situation about the Walker and the Tilbury High State Championship? Yeah. He couldn't play in that game due to grades.
I got you.
So a switch hit, and he really started focusing more on football, and he locked in after that. After that situation right there, he locked in on football and never looked back.
Okay.
So sometimes you got to go through something.
Yeah,
you got to go
true.
through something.
And then from there, the school side of things picked up.
Oh man, his grade's been good ever since.
Good. That's how it goes. You go through a hard time, you learn a lesson from it, you come back twice as strong.
No doubt about it.
So good.
He never wanted to feel that feeling again.
Yeah.
He had to sit down and watch his teammates win the state championship.
That's tough. Yeah, that's
he
tough
cried. He cried like a baby.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You want to be a part of that.
No doubt.
It's nice to get the ring, but you want to be out there and
no doubt
leading the team. Yeah. So has he always been an LSU fan? You guys always kind of been an LSU family, or?
No, I'm not. I would never lie to you. We haven't been LSU fans. My brother, we followed my brother. My brother was was in the SWAC. He went to Alcorn State, so we were big on Alcorn State. So we were never really LSU fans, but like now, because I talk about my brother all the time because Alcorn is purple and gold, and he used to always have his Alcorn stuff on. Now I'm like, man, I see you got the LSU on again. Man, I got it on for Kyren. I'm like, man, it is what it is. We LSU fans now.
I guess LSU and Alcorn have a little bit of beef then?
No doubt. No.
Okay.
It's no beef. It's just like my brother just, once you part of something, you part of something.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. And it's just that when that came, we almost couldn't believe it. And when he got that opportunity, it was like, man, you can't pass that up.
Yeah, tell me about that. He transferred ahead of 2022, right? How did the conversations start, and how receptive was Kyren to playing at LSU?
Kyren said he was going to Auburn. At the time, Trevon Reed was at Auburn at the time, and he was recruiting Kyren heavy to go there. And it was pretty much a done deal. Kyren came to LSU, and he said when he went to Death Valley and just went in there, something just hit him. And that's what he switched that day. And he's been LSU ever since.
How about that? So it wasn't a classic story of grew up kind of just outside Baton Rouge, grew up loving the Tigers and wanting to play there. It was more so Alcorn growing up.
No. Like I said, my brother went to Alcorn. Yeah. I'm not going to say everybody else was just like Alcorn fans, but I always mess with my brother because like they both purple and gold.
Yes.
And right, Yes. So I always mess with him about that. But no, we were. I'm not gonna say we really didn't have any set colleges like that, other than, like I said, my brother. But I never had any preference like that because I didn't go to. I kick myself in the butt all the time, but I didn't go to school. I didn't go to college after, But it is where everything happens for a reason. It works out like it's supposed to.
That's right. Yeah. Now Kyren's getting that opportunity. And, there's been so many great LSU receivers over the years. We could sit here and talk for hours about all of them. and now he's got a chance to be one of those. You know, I mean, that's a big opportunity for him,
no doubt,
right?
Big opportunity, and just he's ready for it. And I'm just the history, like you said, man. You think about all of those names. You go down that list. We can name names, you know, for hours. Seem like, you know, and just for him to have an opportunity to be mentioned in those names, that's a blessing.
Yeah,
it's a blessing. And, you know, so many kids who come up wishing and just praying that they can be in that position, and you know he's there now. That's crazy.
Yeah, live in the present. So he was really liking Auburn, and transferring from UL to Auburn, and then he visited Death Valley and just fell in love with LSU. And
it's hard. It would have been hard for him to turn down the hometown guy, you know, in Trevon. You know, the relationship that they have. You know, if it was hard for him to turn that down. You know, and knowing that Trevon wasn't going to put him in a bad position. Trevon was going to do the right thing for him, but it was just everything happens for a reason. And you know, sometimes we get those feelings. We just have to go with it.
Yeah.
No matter what we have that we say we want to do, when we get that feeling, we just got to go with it. And that's what he did.
I think it worked out well.
No doubt.
Because he transfers here, plays a decent amount in 2022, and then he's on that Heisman Trophy winning #1 offense last year with Jaden and Malik and Brian, just to name a few of the guys. I mean, what was that like to watch and your son be a part of that?
Man, amazing. Like I said, a lot of people, like, man, like, how you feel? Like, I don't know how I feel. You know, I really don't. You know, I'm just living in the moment. You know, because at the end of the day, like I tell people, when he was coming up, like I thought this would be him playing basketball. I thought what he's doing right now playing. So I always kind of had a feeling that he would be on this level, but not football. Mm-hmm. But just to see him doing this, like man, you excited? I'm excited, man. But like, and not to sound conceited, but it's just like I kind of expected this because I know what he's done and the work that he's put in, and just the type of person that he's in, the type of person that he is, and the heart that he has. You know, he's a clown, man, but he is one of the most loving people and will take the shirt off of his back for you. So when you that type of person, man, good things come for you.
I believe it. I think that's somebody that Coach Kelly wants, you know, leading his football team this year. Diving into the receivers, you know, it's kind of like a fraternity last year. Mm-hmm. It was Malik and Brian and Kyren. Everybody seemed very close and tight in that group, and they hinted at conversations they had together about eventually making it pro and going pro and playing together or playing, you know, whatever against each other up at the next level. Can you kind of take me inside those conversations and their relationship, the couple of them together?
I just want to. I try not to get too much into my kids' business. Mm-hmm. So, you know, they business is their business, their friends are their friends. But the thing that sticks out to me when you say that is that call on draft night that he had with Jaden and Malik, you know, and those guys, you know, like, man, they didn't have to do that, you know. They, you know, for them to tell him that he's next, he coming next, you know, they see something in him, man, and just for them to even think about him like that touched me, so I know it touched him. You know, they didn't have to do that. You know, that's on draft night in front of millions of people. You know, that I'm like, man, that's crazy. But they see what a lot of other people see, even though he might not see it.
Yeah.
You know, that I didn't know how to say it, but he might not see it, but they see it.
Yeah.
They see it.
Just like Coach Napier at UL. And maybe this is the year that he finally realizes that, but he doesn't even realize, you know, it's happening, but he's not taking it in.
Nope.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Okay. And he was thinking about maybe making the jump and going pro last year a little bit?
A little bit, you know, but he's just been, man, Kyren, he's focused on what he got focused, was in front of him. You know, he kind of said a couple, but he wasn't satisfied, put it like that. He wasn't satisfied what he did. He know he can do what those guys did. So he kind of hinted at it, but that wasn't big on his plans.
I got you. And he's back to not only boost, you know, himself individually and as a pro prospect, but to win some games this year, right? And take this thing to the next level. Not win 10 games, but go win the SEC, go win the Natty, right?
That's their plans. They really feel like they can do it.
You feel like with Garrett Nussmeier and your son kind of stepping up into that wide receiver 1 role, that they'll do some big things this year?
Not only him, it would have to take those two. Ben had, we're gonna get back to it, but those two had a good relationship since Kyren got here. He told me from day one when he got here to LSU, he been told me that I like Nuss ball. For some reason I like Nuss ball. The first year, like when it was a kind of down year, like I like Jaden ball there, but Nuss ball, I like it. I don't know what it was about it, but so those two kind of been had a relationship, and they always playing the game together and stuff. So they got a relationship that I can't wait to see it relate to the games.
That's awesome. I mean, you can see it in practice. It just seems like they got this chemistry.
They got a chemistry. I can't wait. And not only that, those other guys, like I was saying though, he can't do it by himself. Man, Chris is coming. Mm-hmm. Chris is coming. The transfer, I forgot his name.
CJ or Xavion?
Yes,
two
man,
of them.
They coming.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a total team effort, man. And Coach Hank is gonna have those guys ready. So, man, it might be another year for those receivers. Trust me, they've been working.
Well, Nick Saban said it the other day. I believe the quote was something to the effect of, "You could shake a tree in Louisiana, and an elite wide receiver is going to fall out."
And with the coach that they have, and with the work that he's putting in, hey, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's end with this. Maybe one thing about Kyren, aside from the great dancing and all that we've already talked about, that people maybe don't know, or you wouldn't know just by watching him on the football field.
Like I said, how big his heart is. Like you could see him clowning, you could see him dancing, laughing, and all that, but his heart is probably one of the biggest that you will ever meet. If you need something, it's not even about if you need something, just his heart, man, and the way he treats people. One of the kids said that. One of the kids that I trained said that. Like, man, I saw Kyren, man, at forgot where it was at, but he was out there shaking everybody's hands, talking to everybody. That's just him. That's not him faking or trying to put on a facade for the camera. That's just him. So that's the biggest thing that I can think of. Just the person the real person that he is.
You got to be proud of the man you raised.
No doubt. Right? It's not me, man. Like I said, it was a total team effort because it was the whole family. And I'm just proud. We are proud of him.
Yeah, that's
no
good.
Doubt.
Every kid wants to hear their parents say that, so that's excellent. It's going to be a fun year for you guys.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Hopefully full of a lot of wins, a lot of catches, a lot of touchdowns.
No doubt about it.
Does he have any goals or anything that he set out or anything of that nature?
His goal is all of those guys that they have on those lists ahead of him. His goal is just to show them that, hey, y'all might want to look at Kyren Lacy.
All right.
No doubt. That's his main goal. He don't say it much, but we talk.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things, they good. I'm not taking nothing from them, but look at me too.
Sure. It's like Amon-Ra St. Brown on the Lions.
Right.
He's got written down in a notebook every receiver that was drafted before him. So it seems like when you play with that edge, as long as you channel it positively,
no doubt,
good things happen, just like with the celebrating the touchdowns and stuff and the silliness. So, all right. Anything else about the team you want to mention before we wrap this thing up?
Only thing I want to say is all of the fans just know this is going to be a year. This is going to be a year that y'all been waiting on. The LSU fans are one of the rowdiest.
Oh, yeah.
They are one of the most critical on their team.
Oh, yeah.
They're one of the most critical, but this is going to be one of those years that we're going to be able to pack that place out and have it loud like we had it that year. We had Bama here.
Yep.
I think we can have it like that every game this year.
I think so, too.
No doubt.
It's a bummer that game one's a home game, but not really because it's in Vegas, but they'll be ready to go once Nichols rolls into town in every other game.
I feel sorry for Nichols, man.
You're from that area too. That's right.
Man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough for them at Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
Bro.
They're excited about the opportunity, though.
No doubt. So. As they should be. I hope it's a good game.
Yeah.
But not too good.
Oh yeah, not too good.
Not too good.
You'll be there to see it all, right?
Doubt. Yes, sir.
Just like Sunday. Thanks for stopping by.
No doubt.
Kenny
Thanks for having
Lacy,
me.
everybody, wish him well. Wish him safe travels out to Las Vegas for the game on Sunday, LSU, USC to open the season. And I think we're all hoping it's a big year for the Tigers and your son Kyren as he looks ahead to big things potentially in the future. But for right now, take care of the present.
No doubt.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.